Ksubi, hey, have you been out walking lately?
3:30 this morning, as it happens.
3:30 this morning. How do you know that?
Because I was with her.
You
no, only in the backyard.
Oh, okay.
We all woke up.
Now, I know that keeping dogs healthy and fit during summer is one thing, during winter is another. How do we know when our dogs are kind of active and getting moving? How do you know when Ksubi's up and about?
Well, good question. So we decided that I'd like to know how much activity Ksubi does. So we gave her one of these for last Christmas.
Let me have a look. It's a
Fitbark.
Okay.
Fitbit for dogs. So we were very excited. I saw them online. I thought, this is a great idea. I want to see how much activity my dog does, because I don't know. I was really keen to know what happens when I'm not there. So does she go crazy and have a party? Does she just sleep? What does she do and when does she do it? So I got one of these Fitbarks in and had a look at how they worked, and I was very impressed, so I decided to buy quite a few more and bring them into Australia. And I think they're a great tool. As a vet, I'm really keen to know what my patients do after the surgery and what they do, in response to treatment. So if I have a very arthritic dog and I give it medication, does it walk more? That was why I was particularly interested in it, because I'm a vet. I have the desire to know if my patients are active or not, and it's hard to get a quantitative assessment of that. I can ask an owner, do they think their pet's more active? But their ability to assess that may not be as good as something like this.
Okay, let's see how it works.
This is an example of Ksubi's activities on a week. So it will give you a little chart of how many bark points she got each day. Here's an example. This is a few days ago. So my aim is for her to do 11,000 bark points per day. So they work that out by you put in all the details of your dog, how old she is, how he or she is, how big they are, whether they're overweight, whether they're whatever breed they are, and they work that out. So I know if she does 11,000 bark points, that Ksubi is more active than something like 87% of all other pugs in the world. So I'm happy about that. Not that I'm competitive in any way.
But can it be cheated, like if she's got fleas and she's scratching?
Well, that's a good point. I haven't actually tested that theory. They do get bark points not just for steps. It's not a step count. So if she's going like this in the car, that counts as some bark points. So potentially, yes, she can cheat the system.
Let's get real. It's activity.
I could lift her collar off and shake it, maybe. So it will actually divide up the day and tell me she played for 2 hours, she was active for 7.5 hours, she slept for 14 hours. So it'll divide that up and tell me how many hours or minutes she did of everything. But not only that, it'll tell me when she did it. So for instance, I think this day was a Sunday, something like that. So we're much more active on the weekend because I'm home and I'm not at work. So you can see whenever I'm with her, that's when she's active. And in answer to the question that I wanted to know, what happens when I'm not there? Absolutely nothing. She sleeps pretty much.
So it's a little bit like now. So you look like you've been overworked there, Ksubi. Been a bit overworked.
Working really hard here.
Yeah.
Yes, it's hard to have cuddles all day.
Alrighty, where can people buy the Fitbark?
Well, at the moment, you can either buy it from Animal Referral Hospital. You just have to give us a call, and one of our friendly receptionists can organise that. Or you can drop in to the Animal Referral Hospital if you happen to be in Homebush. We have them here. They are available online from America at about the same price that we're selling them for, so there's no advantage. We just have the advantage of being able to get them to you quicker. But yeah, nobody else has them in Australia at this point. Now, the other thing I didn't mention is that it's really good for the owners too. Now, we're talking about the activity levels of the dog and trying to get them to do more activity. But they did a study looking at owners who had Fitbits with dogs that have Fitbarks, and their activity levels went up on average 15%.
Wow.
So it's good for everybody.
So is the Fitbark cheaper than the Fitbit?
It's about the same price.
Oh, that's a pity. I was going to say.
Well, so just it's actually cheaper than the Fitbit Surge.
I could wear one of those around my collar.
The Fitbit comes in different levels, so the cheapest Fitbit is the same price.
Right.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But it's kind of fun, and you can actually compete with your dog. It'll measure your Fitbit against your Fitbark, and you can compete.
Fantastic.
What do you reckon, Sid?
All right, Ksubi. Thank you.
Reckon?
Here you go.
Do you want to be more active?
Are you kidding? It's killing me.